For my Block 7, I was dealing with interviewing, focusing on the teacher in the classroom. So I interviewed my co-op teacher at the high school I'm working at, Mr. B, and we talked about many different issues and topics that teachers have to deal with nowadays. The first question we talked about was, what was your teaching philosophy? And he said this was a really tough question to answer, so thank you, Matt. And he explained that his teaching philosophy is that teachers have to relate with their students, and to do that, a teacher can't just fill one role. They're going to fill a lot of different roles. It might be being a brother, being a mother, being a father, being a sister, or just being a good friend, good positive influence on a child's environment and life. The more you can relate to your kids, the easier it will be for them to want to learn in your class, as he put it. Also, the next topic we talked about was how to manage your time as a teacher and how to lesson plan correctly. Basically, what he said is you should back plan. If you back plan successfully, then you will have a lot more time and things will go a lot more easier in your classroom. So basically, the idea of back planning is, you start from the end of the unit and you go backwards. This will, make sure you cover the content in the amount of time you want to cover the content, and it won't make you overwhelmed. And if you plan early and plan a lot, this will help out as well. The next topic we talked about was what is the expectations of young teachers nowadays. And he said the expectation is you will be teaching in big classrooms with a lot of kids, multiple classes, maybe multiple preps as well too. So the first year will be really overwhelming. Also, you will have a lot of people asking you to help out and for favors, and you have to learn to say no, even if it's from your principal. Um, he recommended that young teachers get involved with something in school, either a club or coach sport activity, because you will interact more with the community, with the kids, with different teachers, with different parents, and it looks great on the resume as well too. Um, so that was his advice on and expectations for young teachers that are starting to teach. Also, we talked about how to successfully manage and discipline your class. He said every teacher treats it differently. It's like your own fingerprint. Um, so everyone handles different issues differently. You know, uh, you can use detention, you can use stay after class, you can call the parent right away. There's no magical solutions, but you just gotta get comfortable on doing it your way. And the more you get comfortable with it, the easier and more successful it's gonna be. With management, it's the same thing. Every teacher deals with it differently. As long as you're confident and as long as you're staying in the same persona the whole time, you will be fine. We talked about national and state standards as well too, and he said state standards impact his teaching a lot, just because that's the material that you are dealt with, and that's the content that you have to teach from. And it is frustrating sometimes because you can't go into detail, and that's what he said is the most frustrating and most stressful part of teaching is even though you want to go deep into topics, you just don't have the resources or the time to do it. So that is really frustrating for him. I asked him, what is it like to be a teacher outside the classroom? And he said it varies. He's a coach. He has a father. He is a mom. Mom, not a mom. That's not right. He is a husband. Um, and he seems like he's dealing with all the outside stuff pretty well. Basically, it's whatever you want to do. If you want to bring home work, you can bring home work and do it all night long. If you want to, stop after the bell ring, you can do that too. So basically, it's up to you. He usually will stop once the bell rings, just so he has time to be a family man, and also time to be a good coach. But he will do work at home if he needs to do it for the next day. So if he told his students the test will be ready by the next day, if he didn't finish it up in his prep or study time, then he will do it at home. So basically, it's up to you and how you want to deal with it. You have to know what your personality is and what your characteristics are about dealing with undone work. Overall, this interview went really well. He's really easy to get along with, my teacher, and I think I relate with him really well because I want to be a coach one day too. And just seeing how he deals with all these issues helps me realize how I have to deal with these issues as well too. So that is it for me for Block 7, and I will see you later.